Hello, YouTube subscribers. Hello, Facebook, and hello, Michigan fans. This is Harry Bryant back again with a post-game video. Sorry I'm late for making this post-game video. We had a busy week at work because we had this Notre Dame versus Ohio State game, and of course, I work long hours. It was a long weekend. Actually, it was Saturday. We did a lot of people. But Friday we did a total of 539 people that was waiting to attend the game the next day. So I was extremely busy. And of course, I got home. I was so tired. I didn't have a chance to even make the post game even Saturday. We was a bit busy. But now, Sunday night or going towards Monday morning, this is why I'm making this recording. So now I'm finally making this post game video, and so I do apologize for the delay in making this video. As you know, I have on the Pittsburgh Steelers cap because, of course, that's my team on Sundays. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steeler Nation, baby. And so the game just concluded between my Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. And I had a friend that he's a diehard Michigan fan, just like myself. But, of course, he's a diehard Raider fan. And so, sometimes we occasionally clown each other. And he said that Raider Nation is better than Steeler Nation. And then, of course, bickering back and forth. And sometimes I say Steeler Nation is better than Raider Nation. So both teams played tonight. And so this is the first road game the Steelers played this year. And so they had traveled to Las Vegas and played at Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Raiders scored first. And so they hit Pittsburgh in the mouth first. And then all of a sudden, just like Pittsburgh, they just found a rhythm as far as offensively. Now, I couldn't say that the following, the week before, because that offense, what Pittsburgh played against the Browns, it was terrible. I was upset because our offense was so stale. The play calling was so stale, and the offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, I bet he got a whole lot of boos because of that. And it almost cost Pittsburgh the game because of the offensive play. And it just seemed like our defense kept going out there, and our defense was tired. And you can see it because they just kept missing tackles or whatever the case. But I'm not going to make this a Steeler video. But I just want to acknowledge that Pittsburgh is my team. And so that was a wonderful win by my Pittsburgh Steelers. The final score, Pittsburgh 23, Las Vegas 18. So it was only a 5-point game, but hey, it was a good game. And so to say to my brother, my Go Blue brother, that's a Raider fan. Raider Nation is not on top of Steeler Nation. It's Steeler Nation that was before Raider Nation. Don't forget that. Got it? Get it? Good. Love you, brother. But anyway, enough of that. So now on to this Michigan video. Between Michigan and Rutgers. That was played Saturday. Kickoff was at 12, and I thought kickoff was at 3:30, so I actually woke up late thinking that the game was going to be on at 3:30, and I woke up and I looked, and the game was being played. Like, wait a second, I thought the game was at 3:30, but it was at 12. So actually, I caught some of it. Like I said again, I was so busy at work, I didn't have a chance to really see, the game, whatever the case. But I do have some stats that I want to pull up. Oh, let me say this too. It doesn't matter what Michigan do. They will, and I'm talking about the news media, they will always find a way to try to discredit Michigan. And they try to make Michigan look like they're not good enough to even be ranked in the top 4, top 5, top 6. Now, let me tell you something. Michigan is not going to light up the scoreboard by throwing balls in the air. That's not Michigan's makeup on offense. That's not Michigan's bread and butter. Michigan's bread and butter is the ground game. And Michigan is not going to abandon the ground game to try to create style points. Okay, so Michigan is not in the business of style points. Michigan is in the business of winning games. And the way Michigan wins games is to keep control of the time of possession. And that's what Michigan is built to do. So if that means Michigan got to keep running the ball, pound the ball on the ground, and if it's going to make the opposing defenses tired, then Michigan is doing their job. So, yes, in the first half of the game, yeah, Michigan may come out sluggish. Look what happened last year. Look what happened to the last 2 years, actually. Michigan always come out in the first half sluggish. Like they half walk and half sleep, whatever the case. But the second half, that's when Michigan make key adjustments, make halftime adjustments, and that's when Michigan come out, and that's when they start running away from teams, and that's when they start doing what they need to do to win. And that's what Michigan has been accustomed to doing. So all this negative talk about, well, Michigan doesn't look good on offense, Michigan doesn't look good, blah, 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 and you always gonna have Michigan haters, especially on that four-letter network, but it is what it is. Of course, that four-letter network came out with their so-called power rankings made by the so-called computer, which I think the computer's on crack. So they got Michigan at number 12. And the week before, I think Michigan was at 13 or 14 in their power rankings, computer rankings, whatever the case, which it don't matter. But anyway, it's laughable knowing that Michigan is 4-0, but yet they got Michigan all the way down to 12, 13, 14. But I think that computer needs to be shot. And that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, that's just a computer. So anyways, let me go over the stats real quick as far as the players of the game. JJ McCarthy. Let's see, what did he do? He threw 21 passes. 15 of those passes were caught. Total 214 yards in the air. 1 touchdown. So he did score a touchdown on that. So I guess he must have a rushing touchdown, whatever the case. Blake Corum. 21 carries. Total of 97 yards. 2 touchdowns. And Samaj Morgan, 2 receptions, 26 yards, call a touchdown. And Mike Sainristil, player of the game, 1 interception, the total of 71 yards, 1 touchdown. So, like I said again, Michigan, the way Michigan plays football, Michigan is not going to light up the scoreboard. That's not the way Michigan's made. So if anybody trying to look for Michigan, and even among us Michigan fans, is trying to make Michigan try to light up the scoreboard, I'm sorry, folks, it's not Michigan's way. Michigan never lights up the scoreboard. Michigan makes you tired because Michigan plays physical football. Michigan plays smash mouth football. Michigan loves to control the time of possession. Keep the ball more than your opponent. Hold on to the ball more than your opponent. And that's the way Michigan plays football. If you want to see a team light up the scoreboard or a high-octane offense, then, hey, Ohio, okay? They got playmakers that can light up the scoreboard. You got teams like Georgia. They can light up the scoreboard. Florida State, they can light up the scoreboard. So if you want to root for teams that can light up the scoreboard, then those are some of the teams that you might want to consider rooting for. But if you're looking at Michigan to duplicate what they do, not going to happen because Michigan is not built that way. We don't have a Marvin Harrison Jr. We don't have a 5-star wide receiver core, you know, on the Michigan's team. We don't have it. We don't have that kind of talent. But what Michigan does best, and we got the 2 best ones to do it, and that's the ground game. Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards. That's what Michigan is built on. We built on the ground game. And so Michigan is not going to abandon that, all because some Michigan fans want to see Michigan light up on the scoreboard scoring 30, 40, 50 points. Now, it would be nice if Michigan can do that, but Michigan is not going to light up the scoreboard just to try to gain style points. That's not going to happen because at the end of the day, Michigan going to do what they need to do to win, even if it's an unattractive win. A win's a win, folks. You think the CFP cares? The only thing they care about is who did you beat, your strength of schedule, and that's all they go based on. They don't go based on if you scoring 40, 50, 60 points a game. They don't base that on the last final weeks before the final rankings come out. They don't go based on that. They go based on the quality of wins, who you faced, and your strength of schedule. That's it. So anyway, the score, Michigan played Rutgers, by the way, and the final score is Michigan 31, Rutgers 7. Far as what I saw, like I said, the first half, Michigan came out sluggish, kind of sleepwalking a little bit. But of course, we know Michigan is a second half team. So we knew Michigan was going to come out in the second half and they was going to pull away. And that's exactly what they did. And so, what can I say about this game? The only thing I can say is there's definitely room for improvement. Of course. Would we like to see Michigan go with the use more of the passing game? Yeah, I mean, kind of sprinkle some passing with the ground game, of course, to throw your opponents off. But JJ, he did what he needed to do. He used his legs. He did what he had to do. If he saw that there was no receivers available, he's going to try to make something happen with his legs, and that's exactly what he did. And so JJ did his job, and that's all we need him to do. Don't lose the game. Win us the game, but don't lose the game. And JJ did exactly just that. So there's definitely room for improvement. But overall, Michigan is 4-0. And next Saturday at 3:30, Michigan will be traveling to Lincoln, Nebraska to play the Cornhuskers. And I think that's going to be a good game. And I think it's going to be a very, very good game indeed. So, thus saying that, so let me say this one more thing before I conclude this video. Of course, I watched the Of course, I watched the Notre Dame-Ohio State game. Because I live and I work around Notre Dame folks all the time. I mean, because I live in South Bend, Indiana. So, I'm around Notre Dame fans practically all the time. But in that situation, they played against our most hated rival, the Buckeyes. So, of course, I was rooting for Notre Dame to win. But it was a close game. And I really thought Notre Dame was going to win that game because they had a good lead. And I really thought that everything was going in Notre Dame's favor. But here's the problem. Notre Dame lost that game. It's not they lost the game. It's how they lost the game. They lost that game because they only had 10 men on the field during the last play. They only had 10 men on the field. 10. So they had one guy short. They did that on purpose. Well, that's what Marcus Freeman said, that he did that on purpose, which I don't understand why. If that was the pivotal part of the game, and if Notre Dame would have made that stop, Notre Dame would have won that game yesterday. So what possessed Marcus Freeman, the head coach of Notre Dame, to have 10 men instead of having 11 men out there on that field? I would never know. I mean, to me, that was a very dumb decision. And I can imagine all the Irish fans leaving that stadium shell-shocked, mad, angry, sad, hostile, and just pure disgusted as far as what they witnessed on that last play of the game. And, well, I had no horse in that race. I didn't put any money on the game because I don't bet. But, wow. Sucks to be an Irish fan, especially after that play. And I'm pretty sure they questioned Marcus Freeman's decision making as far as having only 10 men instead of having 11 men on defense. But oh well, that was then. Now, Notre Dame got their first loss of the year. And if they get another loss, they can kiss their playoff hopes goodbye. Like Clemson can kiss theirs goodbye because they just suffered their second loss against Florida State. So Clemson is practically out. But anyway, it's not by any other team. But I just wanted to mention about that game between Notre Dame and the Buckeyes. And that was a good game. Notre Dame stayed on top of that game. They practically was in charge of that whole entire game, and then just all of a sudden, some dumb decisions was made, and now it just cost Notre Dame a huge win. And I think if Notre Dame would have won that game, Notre Dame probably would have been even in the 5th spot, or they probably been in the top 4. They probably would have been in the top 4, maybe. But anyway, that was a good game. So anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. If you like this video, like it, share it. You like my content, hit the notification bell, and when I get more, you'll be the first ones to get it. So until then, like always, hail to the victors. And for tonight, go Steeler Nation, baby. Nice win over the Raiders. Until then, go Blue. Good night.